Hi, Dr. Paul Haider, Master Herbalist, spiritual teacher here. Well, today, no show and tell, but I'm talking about healing high blood pressure naturally and, natural ways of getting that blood pressure down. And I'm going to talk about some herbs, and some juices and different teas and that type of thing towards the end. But the most important way is to really, this is caused by diet, and we've got to heal it with diet in order to create something which we don't have to deal with the symptoms. The symptom is of this whole process is high blood pressure. Normally we take medications, and those medications deal with that symptom of bringing down our blood pressure. But there are better ways. We'll deal with the cause, And if you go to my website, paulhaider.com, at www.paul, P-A-U-L, Haider, H-A-I-D-E-R.com. And up in the right-hand corner, you'll see my diet in the white letters there. And click on my diet and follow that diet exactly. It's an anti-inflammatory diet. And when we have inflammation going on, it starts a whole process of atherosclerosis. It also, we get a lot of cholesterol buildup, and all these different things work together to stop the vessels from being elastic, and also they're occluded, and this can end up causing a heart attack and strokes and different things also. But if we really go on my diet and start working that way towards healing yourself, I tell you, I was on high blood pressure medications at one time also about 13 years ago, and I said there's got to be a different way, and I devised my own diet. And then slowly I weaned myself off the medication, and that was the best way to go. There's no doubt about it. I had also taken different herbs. So, you can only take herbs for a certain amount of time also, and then you start having reactions to them. And I've been there, done that too. So the best way, absolutely positively, is to go on my diet, and then we can get rid of this cause, which will not allow you to have the high blood pressure in the first place. Let's not take care of the symptoms. Symptoms is still not healing what's going on, and so that inflammation is still going on, and that inflammation is causing other problems to happen. Also, you might, like I said, you might have a stroke. You might have other problems going on. You might have the heart attack. You might have arthritis, on and on and on. Terrible back pain, and all kinds of different problems that are associated with this, with the standard diet that most people are eating. So you start eating plants and lots of anti-inflammatory things, and taking a few herbs now and then, the supplements that help with inflammation, and all of a sudden you'll see within 3-4 weeks, your blood pressure will start to go down. And on the average, I find that most people from 30 to 60 days, their blood pressure goes back to normal and stays that way as long as they stay on the diet. You know what I mean? I have found even 1/3 of a teaspoon of any kind of animal product will put a person into inflammation for 30 days. So, yeah, one little bit of egg, one little bit of dairy product, one little piece of meat, one little piece of fish, one little piece of seafood, whatever it is, and then you got an ongoing process. And some people say it's much longer than that. I physically found it in my body to be about 30 days, but some people say up to 3 or 4 months, even 6 months. So there's an underlying little bit of inflammation that's going on in the body. And this prevents a person from having really good, life in general, because you're always in inflammation. And inflammation is the first step towards disease. You know, punto, it's the point about it. It's the starting point of all disease. And so it's really important, even, some people say cancer also. And I believe that with all my heart. So we want to get rid of the inflammation in our bodies. And if you go on my diet, I can promise you, if there's not other extenuating things going on, that within 30 to 60 days, and you follow it exactly, it's got to be followed exactly, we can get your blood pressure down, and it'll stay down as long as you follow it. There's no doubt about it. Also, there's other things you can take, hawthorn berry. You can have that in teas. You can buy it in bulk and powders, and buy it in capsules. You can get it in tablets, and it usually comes in about 400 milligram capsules or tablets, and taking anywhere from 2 to 4, maybe even up to 6 sometimes of these capsules or tablets, or even taking a tea, anywhere from 2 to 3 times a day, depending. You have to take your blood pressure, get a good blood pressure machine, and start to learn how to do it. I have a video about how to do it manually with a blood pressure cuff and a stethoscope. That is the best way, absolutely. So some of the machines are not that accurate. And then keep a log of what your blood pressure is, and then slowly get it down. But like I said, diet is the most important key. Also, like I said, hawthorn will help in general bring down your blood pressure. It can be taken, it's one of the few you can be taken up to 6 months. But after that, as I've been there, you will start to see problems with it. And it won't work after a while, in fact. And it's really not good for the liver over the long run. Also, things like passion flower. Passion flower does a really good job of lowering blood pressure. And you can get that in teas, you can get that in passion flower, passion fruit juice. The fruit itself also lowers blood pressure, and a myriad of different forms. So, and you can take that on a regular basis. Usually it comes in 400 milligram capsules again, and taking anywhere from 2 to even up to 6, sometimes 4 to 6 capsules AM and PM, maybe even 3 times a day. Depends on how high your blood pressure is, and that will also bring your blood pressure down. Some people also end up with an allergic reaction to it sooner or later. You usually can take it for 4 to 6 months without having a problem, but anyone that can have an allergic reaction to anything at any time, and the more you take of anything, the more possibility that is going to happen. So allow yourself to go back to the real crux of the matter, which is the diet which caused this in the first place. So, we look at the average American diet, which is really, really not good. Look at how many people are obese. You don't see that in Europe. You don't see that in many places in the world. It really doesn't happen. We're eating, one slab of fried chicken with, a bunch of bacon in the middle with another slab on top. It's like, oh, really, this is not good for the average person. You're not going to live too long with that either. So that you have all this cholesterol going, we have all these inflammatory qualities going, and what happened to the fruits and vegetables, And some people don't eat any fruits and vegetables in general, and that's really not good whatsoever. I even know particular plants which will lower inflammation in the body. I have a particular spinach that grows outside in the yard, in our backyard, called Malabar spinach, and it's a really good anti-inflammatory. Sometimes when I ate something, go to a party and you're eating, a lot of times you don't know what you're eating. You try a little bit, just to be nice to the host, but sometimes you end up with inflammation. I go out and gather some of the spinach and make myself a salad, or actually make myself a green juice with it, and that lowers down the inflammation in my body. Also, that helps with the blood pressure too. Sometimes you can just have one incident. I know with chocolate myself, if I have chocolate of any kind, it makes my blood pressure go up. And so I don't get along with the alkaloids in chocolate, so I stay away from it in general, unless there's something, that I don't know about that's in some kind of food, and that happens once in a great while also. So allow yourself to slowly move towards my diet, but there is no part way on this diet. You gotta do it, head over heels or nothing, because, and like I said, 1/3 of a teaspoon will put you into inflammation for 30 days. And I know a particular good friend, and he has stayed basically on my diet, but he still eats fish, and he's still having high blood pressure issues, still having inflammation in his body. His arthritis is better, but it's still there. And so, like I said, any type of animal product really does a number on people. And we have so many testimonials of people going on my diet and other kinds of plant-based diets also, and seeing miraculous things happen. I just had a lady who went on my diet, and she had parasites, and she had inflammation, and she had all kinds of things, and she actually went from a extra large dress down to a small dress, and it was like in about 6 months. She's like, wow, amazing, really good. And she is feeling great. She's taking all kinds of yoga classes and exercise classes, and it's really changed her life. So you can change your life also. Like I said, there's other herbs out there that might help also. Diuretics in general, probably the most common of all things that doctors give you to lower your blood pressure, but they're kind of hard on the kidneys. But natural diuretics also help, like asparagus, cabbage, that type of thing. We really do a great job. Dandelion tops, which you can make into a salad, those all bring down blood pressure also. And so it's really, like I said, greens are really important. Those are all greens, you know what I mean? So allow yourself to eat the greens. And I usually eat about 85% raw. Every time you cook something, you lose 100% of the live enzymes, and you lose up to 75% of the nutrients, except for some things like beans, which actually when you cook them, you actually make available more nutrients. And so I find that really interesting. Most things, if you cook them, the live enzymes disappear. So allow yourself to eat a lot of live raw food. It's really good. In fact, there was a doctor who even had people who had type 1 and type 2 diabetes, and he put them on a raw foods diet for 30 days, and the ones that stuck with it, 2 of them opted out at about midway. The ones that stuck with it, even the type 1 people, ended up healing their diabetes completely. So I think it's really important. That goes to show me raw food is really important. You go back thousands of years, we didn't cook anything. At the beginning, when we were out there in the caves and that type of thing, we actually just, whatever we found, we ate. And we didn't have refrigerators. And a lot of times we didn't cook it. That was even before fire. So we ate a lot of raw food, and it was just normal for us to take in these raw greens and raw fruits and vegetables. We'd dig up roots and eat them. We'd, pick fruit from the tree and peel them and eat them. We got a lot of fiber also. Fiber is really important for lowering down, blood pressure, and a lot of people don't think so. Also, it's important to get the probiotics in our body, and we have really gotten away from that with processed food and all this cooked food and everything. We really need to take the probiotic capsules or eat sauerkraut or eat kimchi and replenish that natural probiotics in our body. This is related to everything in our body as far as inflammation goes, as far as our actual mood that we have every day, as far as our immune system goes, everything. There is not anything in our body is not related to those probiotics growing in our gut. We should have 4 or 5 pounds of good bacteria, and most people only have 1/4 to 1/2 pound. And that is really not good. And that opens you up to disease, and it also opens up the bad bacteria to take over. People end up with SIBO. Also, they can get candida. Candida is a natural yeast that's in our gut all the time. And the H. pylori is also there too. It's just when we get out of balance that these things take over. And my whole process is about, increasing dramatically the probiotics in the body. And all of a sudden, they go back into their place, and without having to kill it all off, it's really not a good idea. And we get the balance back in there. We also see our blood pressure start to reshape itself in a great way. So it's really important. And like I said, my diet. If you really want to think about the most important thing about being healthy, is diet. Absolutely positively. Most people don't think about what they put in their mouth. They don't. Just eat it. I see it. It's on the seafood diet. I see it. I eat it. But that's really not a good idea. And it's interesting that a lot of people are tempted by all the sweets and by all the different things out there, but you really have to have diligence and determination to decide you're going to stick with this and become really healthy. And I know you can do it. So go to my website at paulhaider.com. That's www.paulhaider.com. And up in the right-hand corner, you see recipes and also my diet and testimonials up there. And also, feel free to connect with me. I would love to guide you through this process. My phone number is 831-869-9119, 831-869-9119. Email is drpaulhaider@gmail.com. That's drpaulhaider@gmail.com. And you can Skype me at drpaulhaider also. And you can WhatsApp me and text me. But I go to bed early by 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So get a hold of me early in the day. That's the best thing. And if you care to make a donation, go to my website again and make a donation. That is greatly, greatly appreciated. I want to keep this information flowing in your direction and make your lives healthier. And also, if you have a quick question, let me know. I'll be happy to answer that. If you would like to do a consultation, let me know. We can set that time up and we can talk for an hour. The other day I was on Skype with a man for 2 hours talking to him about changing his diet and getting himself hungry and getting rid of he had terrible arthritis, getting rid of his arthritis and feeling good again. And you can do this and feel great. Remember, some of the most important things are, remember God and remember, I love you.